Do you have delay set?
Mm, internal delay, yeah. 2
Yeah.
minutes.
Okay.
Alright. Stream should be live. Should catch up to itself soon. And in theory, it'll catch up to itself soon. I can just hit start and you can just start going.
Okay.
Alright.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Okay. Alright. So, welcome everybody
10
to
seconds
the Blood in the Streets qualifier. You guys can already hear the draft is going. I'm going to switch things over to
5
that
seconds
immediately.
remaining.
I'm the source, and your commentator is going to be Pandacast. Pandacast, you here?
Reserve time.
I am here. I didn't think I'm going to be introduced that quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm speeding through things because they've already gotten the draft underway. We might as well get the game going.
It's fine. No one knows what's going to happen anyways. It's just two bands.
Alright, so for all of you joining us, this is the qualifier for Blood in the Streets. We've got 8 teams competing. Let me quickly bring up bracket for my own reference. We've got Penta, Electric Feedback, Dose Esports, The Lost Boys, 4 Protects 5, Commanche, EPG, and M19. And the top 2 teams coming out of this qualifier will be making it into the main event going on next week. We've got each round is going to be best of 1, so these games are going to go pretty quickly. The other games should be starting up now, so you guys will be getting in 3 games before we're done. And at this point, I'm pretty much just going to hand it off to you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be doing this series. We have just the best of 1 as mentioned, so should be pretty interesting just because they don't have that room of, see what the enemy team is going to pick. There's not a lot of information about drafts yet. Don't know if they scrim each other. I guess that if they get to scrim each other, then maybe it's a little bit of a
10
different story.
seconds remaining.
But I mean, so far, I looked a little bit about on the
5
picks of
seconds
Epicenter
remaining.
and what happened, and if there was like a meta shift or anything. And the 3 heroes that I was like, think about these heroes were Night Stalker, Crystal Maiden, and Puck. So too bad, like they took everything I had. No, I'm kidding. But it's just Crystal Maiden. She's been
Radiant
super
team
picked
ban.
in the last month or two. Puck, not as much, but the Night Stalker as well. I think one thing that it's really interesting, actually, I heard Fly talk about it, about Night Stalker and what he brings to the draft. And
10 seconds
I think that
remaining.
actually OG aren't the biggest Night Stalker fans, just because sometimes he
Dire
feels
team
like,
ban.
okay, you're going to get Axe, you're going to get a gem. Yes, you're going to have amazing, amazing
Radiant
vision
team
throughout the
ban.
game. But other than that, you're like, okay, that's what I am. I'm a walking ward. It gets a little bit difficult towards the later parts of the game. But I think a lot of teams are doing more interesting things with Night Stalker now. It's not that
10
maybe
seconds
boots
remaining.
earn Ags or something like that. Sometimes you see, oh, it's a really good
5
4 staff game. I'm
seconds
just going to get a 4
remaining.
staff. I'm going to get drums. I'm going to get, I don't know, a Lotus or whatever, like stuff that are
Reserve time.
very fitting to the game you're playing and more of a utility and not just a vision. Because you still get that vision advantage. You still get that,
Dire
or at least
team
the
ban.
vision reduction for the enemy team. You don't have that amazing flying vision, but it still gives you a lot. So I hate the hero after all of that, but I think it can definitely work. They do have a lot of utility now, going for the
10
Next
seconds
Assassin for the
remaining.
second pick. It's kind of nice against Puck. If you can get the
5
Carapace
seconds
maybe
remaining.
on the orb, that's pretty nice. Crystal Maiden, she's basically food. Not that
Reserve
much that
time.
she can do against you, and it's an overall solid pick. Just tons of utility. But they are going to take out the Nyx on for Protect 5, so a little bit scared of that hero that, I don't know, throughout. Razor is actually a bit of the same, but just a hero that does so well in the safe lane. It's most lanes, he's going to be fine. Even in matchups that could be a little bit hard. And when you see Night Stalker and Nyx, it makes you think, like, this might be a dual lane, which is unpleasant to say the least. And if they have a really strong off lane and then their safe lane is also pretty good, you might find yourself in a bit of an awkward position. So I like these bands, just solid things. Bristleback, another hero that is kind of coming into play in Epicenter recently.
Juggernaut.
And okay, that was quick. I was like, what are they gonna go for? And I mean, they're gonna go for a strong laner of their own. He adds a little bit of team fight as well. Just having that healing ward is not the easiest here to gank, and especially when you come into later stages. If you get some Manta up, Night Stalker, it can't really do anything against the hero. Like the Crippling Fear is going to be useless. Nyx, a bit hard too, just because Juggernaut naturally is going to get a little bit tankier, and then just getting a gank on him is, again, not going to be 100% successful, something that you can not say about a Crystal Maiden. But just overall, a very solid pick. Healing ward for the team fights, and their team fights is kind of shaping up to be pretty nice. Like they have the Puck for the control, they have the Crystal Maiden combination. There are 2 disables on the side of Commanche, so you have plenty of ways of dealing with that Crystal Maiden. And talking about team fight, we're gonna see a Warlock coming out from Commanche now. I really like this. It kind of fits to what I said about really strong lanes. Warlock is just a support that, thinking it's a support. I don't know, maybe they played mid. I don't think I've seen it. I think their mid plays mostly very aggressive farmy heroes. I've seen some TA, Shadow Fiend, stuff like that. So don't think Warlock is the plan, but it just covers their safe lane. He can help out any carry. Shadow Ward is just amazing. So that's going to put them in a great position. And also the team fight. They have some potential against the Juggernaut if he's spinning. So if they initiate a team fight, Juggernaut starts spinning, they have something to lock him in place and see where they can go from there. And also, just in general, I mean, Warlock is amazing. I love seeing the hero played. Even with, like, you look at a P-Vol, and you're like, a nice setup. They can get some impales out of it. They can definitely do some things with it. I would like to see if they can go for another team fight hero to combine with the Warlock. I'm not sure what that is here. I feel like they need some sort of follow-up, because right now all they have is Impale. Night Stalker is very single target. But they still have the 4th pick from 4 Protect 5 that they can look at and decide what is the best pick for them. And 4 Protect 5, they need, it can be an offlane Puck. I'm sorry if my phone is, it vibrated a little bit, and I'm trying to make it stop. So that's that. So looking at the 4th pick, it could, okay, never mind. I really like this. This is a combo that I think people, I don't know if forgot about Sauter, but he definitely fell off a little bit. And with the Crystal Maiden, first, that's a really good setup. Like, if those are their 2 supports, it could still be an offlaner, but I want to see that's going to be a 4 Sauter. And with those 2 supports, you're in a position where you come in, Frostbite, Crush, and then follow up from maybe Puck in the mid lane, and it can kind of set up your early game to be very successful. And Nyx Assassin, Night Stalker, it's heroes that they want to snowball. They're heroes of the mid game. They want to do really well during the mid game. And if that doesn't happen, you're kind of getting rolled over during the laning phase. It might put Commanche in not the best place that they want to be. Okay, there's a follow-up. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Sven. It's kind of a natural pick against the Slaughter too, especially if it's a support Slaughter that he just want to run around, amp people, crush every now and then, but he doesn't, like, he's not going to stand in the middle of the fight. And with Sven and Warcry, you you're negating a lot of that minus armor. So that can definitely help
5
them out.
seconds remaining.
It's still a little bit scary. Their safe lane is kind of strong. They have the
Reserve
Warlock and the
time.
Sven. They can do a trial lane there if they want. They can go for dual lanes, and I think they're gonna be fine. But if it's like a puck and +1 or something like that, it
Dire
can actually be
team
hard.
ban.
I think only Slash Strike plays the puck. So I think that is gonna be a mid puck. The thing I like most about this Sven is that it's follow-up. Like if they get Rock and a follow-up jump
10
from Sven, God
seconds
Strength,
remaining.
Stormhammer, all those fun things, then
5 seconds remaining.
it's something really hard to get out of.
Dire
They're
team
not the
ban.
last pick though, so they have to reveal their entire draft here. I feel like they need a mid laner that can also be kind of a follow-up and also scales. Okay. That's it.
Radiant team ban.
It gives them tons of follow-up. It gives them a lot of mid-game potential too. Like with the Nyx, the Night Stalker, it really looks like they're running a lineup that they basically want to run at their faces. Probably from like 10, 15 minutes,
10 seconds
second
remaining.
night or so. And we have a draft, so we're gonna have the TA as a last pick here for Protect 5. I'm just gonna up my volume a little bit because I can't hear Dota and it's really annoying. Apologies. Okay, so we're gonna jump in. I really like the TA pick last year, and it's actually is gonna be an off-lane puck. Just because I said that, I think it's not gonna be. So this is when it happens. I really like this because first it's a hero that does one of the only heroes-ish that do pretty well against Alina, and also if he gets a little bit of help, like the starter and Crystal Maiden just rotating towards the mid lane, this could be a very hard game for this Lina.
10
And you
seconds
don't really
remaining.
want your Lina to get like destroyed in the early laning phase. Oh no, I have a connection failure. Is that okay? I think it's a bug, I guess, because I think I'm fine. I'm gonna see in a second if there are players. So far we're looking at towers. A very nice addition to Captain's Mode. Mr. Game? Okay. Am I gonna have this thing on my screen for the rest of the game? I think I
Prepare
might.
for
No, okay.
battle.
Disappeared. We're good. I can barely click on things. This is a bit buggy, but I guess this is the Dota life. So let's go over the rosters. They're playing with the same roster for quite some time, from what I saw at least. So we're gonna have Mirage. He's gonna be playing as the Night Stalker on the Nyx. Okay, I can't click on anything. I might have to reconnect. What is this, Dota? It's not even working from like... Okay, I'm gonna quickly reconnect. You should be able to still hear me now, but I'm just not 100% sure on what's happening and why I cannot click on heroes. It keeps saying connection failure. What
30
is
seconds
this?
to battle.
Okay, let's hope it's okay. We're just gonna go with clicking on the minimap and not using any of my hotkeys. That is gonna be the play. So where was I? So Nyx says he's gonna be played by Offlane, which I have no idea who that is. Thank you for not using your actual names. H Smile, I think, is gonna be playing the Warlock. GBXN is gonna be playing the Sven. These are not their real names, but
The
this is what we
battle
have to go
begins.
with. And GG well played Lanaya, who's playing against Lanaya. It's gonna be on the Lina. On the other side, Slaughter. Okay, Slaughter is gonna be played by Eskil. The TA is gonna be played by Slash Strike. On the offlane, we're going to have Eta playing on the puck, and in the safe lane, it's going to be Dancing Dragon on the uber mega slow Crystal Maiden, and 5 on the Juggernaut. That's a pretty scary lane. I mean, I think it's kind of as scary as it gets, especially with a Slaughter that is going to make his move towards this lane as well. And, I mean, yeah, it's a Nyx mid lane. Just a Night Stalker with his casual 5 armor at level 1, so not really happening, at least not in trading with him. So he's going to be a little bit annoying here for the TA, but as long as Slash Strike manages to grab his I guess level 2 refraction or something like that, it's going to be a bit of a hard lane to actually get a kill on. And so far, Slaughter, he's going to stick around a little bit just to make sure that Slash doesn't have too hard of a lane to start with. Going to go for a crush and should be quite quiet, at least for now. It did work out pretty well so far for Commanche, just because Lina has a bit of head on the CS, but as I'm saying that, he's going to completely catch up. And other lanes, I'm sorry for the very awkward clicks on heroes. I guess maybe it's not visible on stream. Okay, I need to, yeah, it might not be visible, but I'm having a serious issue clicking stuff. Anyways, 5 and the bottom lane doing quite well when it comes to the CS. And I mean, so far it's very quiet. Crystal Maiden just pulling, just getting her levels. So she should, yeah, she's going to get a level 2 just now and going to get that extra mana for the team, which is going to be really helpful, especially for heroes like Slaughter. Just want to run and crush every now and then. And it's going to give them a lot of sustain. Or if you get rooted by Ancients. Those creeps are actually the most tilting creeps ever in Dota. Even more than the random Hadouken creep. He's gonna click Mirage a little bit and he's actually gonna chase forward. There is an orb available as well as the phase shift, so it's gonna be okay, but this is the scary part about the Night Stalker. I wouldn't be surprised if he's gonna grab an early point in Crippling Fear and just run around and try to get the kill, maybe on the puck, even like the Juggernaut at some point. Chasing from the Lina, all these things can secure them really good kills. Bottom lane, off lane on the next assassin. He's rocking those 3 mangoes so far, so there's 7.5 regen per second. Basically eating a tango at all times. And now that they saw the Slaughter bottom, they are gonna at least try to put some more pressure on this mid lane. A little bit hard that level 3 is available, so level 2 refraction makes it a lot harder to actually get the hits on the TA. But he is having a bit of a hard time here when it comes to the CS. Half of the CS with the Lina. And top lane, they're gonna go on the puck. Oh, use phase shift already. That's a little bit dangerous. The Warlock is here. They should have enough damage to get this kill on Ita. And under the tower, Mirage is just like, I don't care, guys. With Warcry and the armor that he has, they're gonna grab that first blood on the offlane puck. I think he got baited a little bit there into using that phase shift, thinking that the Stormhammer is going to be thrown, but unfortunately did not quite work out for him. And was that like they don't realize there's a ward here. They already tried to stack this once. This is not stacking. I believe this time he's going to realize that it's not really happening and they should be warded. But a very smart ward to start with. It's even an observer, so what? Why is this creep not moving? That's weird. He should have at least like left. I thought that bug is only with the Thunder Hides. So mid lane, yeah, they are struggling. It's still about half the CS. They're not making the rotations yet either, which I find a little bit odd. Just because, I mean, you have the Juggernaut. He's against the Nyx. Yes, if they leave the Jug there, the Nyx is probably going to be able to get quite a lot. But even still, oh, did you obey Luna? They're going to get this done. Eskel's running forward, though, looking for a crush to maybe stop this aggression from coming. And it's going to be successful. He's going to scare them off. I think it's just too obvious. Like, since Dancing Dragon is just chilling over here, farming the woods and everything, then I feel like they're getting a lot from the lanes and a little bit more in mid lane. Again, they're going to get this done on this last strike refraction, though, keeping him quite safe. Mirage is just being fancy and going to fly over a little bit, and another block. They really don't want them to stack those Ancients. They definitely know that that's the comeback mechanic. They definitely pay attention that this TA is not getting a lot of farm. She's going to need some way of bouncing back and being in a great position going to mid game, but they don't have any stacks. Dancing, they don't even have any sentries yet. So dewarding that is not going to be happening. A very quiet early game. I definitely expected a little bit more action. When you're running Slaughter, Crystal Maiden, you feel like you want to just run around and, you know, hit people, kill people, and all that fun. Top lane, Etta. He used his orbs a little bit too speedy for them to catch up to. And in the jungle, Mirage, it's the first night. Slash Strike is over here as well. Can I get the kill on him, though? He is so fast. 431 movement speed. Dancy is like, boots. But yeah, 320 with the boots. That's so sad.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't believe they actually nerfed her movement speed even more. She was insanely slow to start with. And now she's just tiltingly slow. Again, a little bit of stuns. There is Laguna available, not enough mana for that. Oh, bottom lane, 5 going on the aggressive. They are maybe gonna try to turn this one. Offlane is over here as well. They don't have anyone around. Dancing, running forward. I mean, he's trying to get that frostbite but again, that movement speed. At some point, he's probably gonna get tranquils, and then it might get a bit easier. But he's just a little crystal maiden, you know. And unlikely. Skill, he's level 3. I mean, they can definitely try to do